everybody, and welcome to All Things Sewn with Juanita the Sewnista. And I'm here today to do a tutorial on how to do a mouse pad and coaster set out of a fat quarter of fabric. And what you're going to be needing is you're going to be needing a ruler, preferably an acrylic ruler, so that you can cut on your cutting mat. You're going to need a rotary cutter and scissors. You're going to need heat and bond. You're going to need a fat quarter of fabric of your choice. You're going to need, these are Velcro dots. They're sold at the 99-cent store, Walmart, and other places. And you need the one side, the fastener side, and then you need the side that's kind of fuzzy. And then you're going to need a foam sheet. Okay, and it needs to be an adhesive foam sheet so that you're able to actually peel off the back paper of the foam sheet so that you will have that sticky adhesive side that you're going to need. These foam sheets come in a pack of 6 at Walmart, okay, the adhesive ones, and you can also buy them at Joann's or other craft stores. Then what you're going to need is you're going to need your pattern pieces. This one here is an 8 by 8.5 inch square with the corners cut into a curve. You're going to need a square sheet 4.5 by 5, and then you're going to also need a piece of poster board or cardboard that also measures that 4.5 by 5. And then you're going to need this little round disc cut out, which is approximately 4 by 4, but it's cut into a circle. And these are all the things that you're going to need to create your mouse pad and your coaster. And then you're going to have a little like stationary pad for your post notes. So to get started, you're going to open up your heat and bond. You're going to open up your fat quarter of fabric. And inside of your fat quarter of fabric, if you purchased it usually from Walmart, it has that little cardboard there, so you can keep that to use. So what we want to do, so I'm going to move some of this stuff out the way, is the first thing we want to do, I picked the orange foam sheet because it kind of matches, you know, the fabric. You can use whatever color you want, because remember, you get 6 adhesive foam sheets in a pack. So what I want to do here is I want to pull off the backing. Let's see, I just pulled it off. I'm going to pull off the backing of this foam sheet. And just be very careful. Pull this off. Now, where those staplers were, the sheet kind of tore, but we'll just go in here and pull that off. Okay, and just kind of pull, and you're going to pull this off. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to make sure, if you have a design on your fabric, what way you're going to lay the fabric or your foam sheet to this. So I'm going to go ahead and put my foam sheet onto my fabric. And you know what, it would be probably a good idea to go ahead and press this. So I'm going to put my little ironing board up here, and I'm going to just press out some of these folds that's in this. Okay. Now this is where your ironing mat can come in handy, but I just had my tabletop ironing board here, so I figure I would give it give it a go. Okay. So we're going to move that out the way. And once again, we're going to lay out our fabric. My little peace signs is going this way. So I'm going to flip it. And I'm going to lay the adhesive side down onto the fabric. Not at the very edge, but about a quarter, maybe a quarter of an inch from each edge. Okay? And I'm going to lay that flat on there. Okay, so as you can see it, there's a little bit of edge left here and a little bit of edge left there. Then I'm going to turn it over and just make sure I hand press it out where it's on there really nice. Okay? Then I'm going to take the heating bond and I'm going to cut a piece of this heating bond, and the heating bond is going to be the adhesive side of this other part of this foam. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to cut a piece that will fit this foam, and it can hang over a little bit, that'll be fine. But remember, your adhesive foam measures 9 by 12, so I'm just going to cut a piece here. Okay, and I'm going to come around here and cut a piece off of here. It's going to have to be very straight. I'm going to lay that heating bond to the side, and then what I want to do is I want to press this heating bond, the sticky side, and this is the paper side, so the sticky side down onto the foam. I'm going to bring my ironing board back. And it's okay, it's safe to iron on this foam, in case you guys are worried about that, okay? And you're going to just lay this where it hangs off the edge on all sides, okay? And you're going to press this heating bond down onto the mat, okay? So there we go. Okay, and once we have that iron down on the mat, you can kind of lift it and you'll see that the adhesive is on there. And I want it to cool off a little bit before I pull it all the way off. And see, now this side is sticky. And it's not all the way down, and if it's not, you just take the iron and you do it again, okay? And I'm going to come from the other side and give that a chance to cool. Okay? We're going to let this cool just a little bit because it is kind of hot. And you don't want to pull your heating bond off too soon because it won't adhere to the back of the foam. So let's try this again. Okay, it seems to be working. Okay? And you know that it's working because you're going to see that piece of adhesive here. I'll raise it up so you guys can see it. You can see the shininess on the foam. And you just want to pull it at a nice, slow, but even. And you want to pull that off. Okay? And now we have just gotten the adhesive on this side. And then what you're going to do is take your fabric and you want to fold it. So fold it even. You want to be able to feel this side of the foam that's here and press. And then you're going to press. It doesn't have to stay on there very long, okay? Just press that down. And I just flipped it to do it again. And now your foam is sandwiched in between those two pieces of fabric. So now what you want to do is you want to cut away, and you can feel down here, this off of here, you can feel down here the edge of the foam, and you can just cut close to it. I'm going to flip this like this so I can see what I'm doing and I can feel it. You don't want to cut into the foam. Just want to cut this piece away. Okay? Okay, so I haven't cut into the foam just yet. Okay, and this is laying flat. And then I want to take my ruler and I want to feel along the edge, maybe a little bit above the edge, where you could feel some of that left there. And we're going to cut that off. Okay, you're going to take your rotary cutter. You're going to have to apply a little pressure. Okay, so I got that side cut, and now I'm going to feel where the edge is here. You're not cutting right on the edge where you feel the foam, but just a little over, so we can cut off this edge here. So I can feel the foam right underneath my finger here. So we're going to cut this. Okay, and you're going to cut all four sides. I did that side. This is the side that has the fold. So all you need to do is lay this on your mat, line it up, and you're going to cut just a little bit off. You can see there, I have a little bit there. And go ahead and cut that off. Okay? And then we're going to cut the last side of this. And like I say, I can feel a little bit of the foam there. I'm going to line that up and I'm going to cut that off. Okay? So now you are able to see. See, you're able to see the foam sandwiched in there. Okay? So, let's give it another little press without pressing my mat. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take your 8 by 8.5 and we're going to lay it on here. And then we're going to make sure we have enough room for your two coasters on the same piece. Okay? And if not, you can turn it the other way, but I think that wouldn't give you any room. So now we have your 8 by 8.5 right up against there. Okay? And then what you want to do is you can use pins, or you can eyeball it, or you can set something on this, and you can cut. And I'm just going to use my ruler here. And I'm going to cut. And then I'm going to cut again here. A straight line. We're going to cut the curves with the scissors. Okay, we're going again. Remember, this piece is for your coasters. And then we're going to do the last one. Even though that came off of there, it's okay. We're just going to put this back on here. And like I say, you could pin it because your pins will go through the foam. And we're going to cut this last piece here. Line that up. So now we have all of our four sides cut. And you can either take your chalk, a pen, or whatever. I just grab it and hold it, and I just curve my corners with my scissors. And then you just hold, and you do all four sides the same way. So you have your curved ends. And you can clean them up later. is the last one that I'm going to curve. Okay, so there's your mouse pad. Okay, and like I say, you can always take this, and sometimes I just use the edge of a cup or something, unless you have a cutter that can clean it up. Okay, and just kind of clean it up a little bit where you have nice curves. I'm sorry if I'm out of the camera. Okay, so we have our mouse pad, and again, I'm just going to hit it with the iron really quickly to make sure everything is adhered nicely. You still see your orange out there, and this is a nice little mouse pad. And then what you want to do for your coaster is you want to lay this here. And for this demonstration purpose, I'm only going to cut one coaster, you guys, but you notice that you can cut two. Okay? And I'm going to grab a pen really quick. Forgot to have my pens here. So, I'm going to just pin this. As you can see, I'm just going to put 2 pins here. Okay? And then I can cut my circle. And you're just going to cut your circle. And make sure your scissors is really sharp because you are cutting through 2 pieces of fabric and foam. I don't think these are my best scissors, but they are cutting. Nice and round here. You can make square coasters as well, okay? Almost at the end here. There we go. So, this is the round coaster. The pen didn't come out of there. Okay, there we go. So, there's your round coaster. Once again, just hit it a little bit lightly. Okay. So now you have your coaster and you have your mouse pad. You can also do a square coaster just by cutting the rest of this here. I'll lay that there. Make sure it's lined up. And I'll come here. Line that up. And you can have a square coaster as well. Okay? Once again, bring my little ironing board back in here, you guys. Hit this a little bit. Make sure it's nice and smooth. And it will lay flat. You can take a book or something and lay on there. But we have those pieces. Now, to cover this cardboard, because what we're going to do is we're going to put a Post-it on there. You want to take that piece of fabric that you had left over that you cut off the bottom, and you're just going to simply fold it. I don't need that much folded. And where just one side, one of your 5-inch sides, lay it on the fold. Okay? Lay it on the fold. And it doesn't have to be exact. want to leave a little bit right there. And then I'm just going to pin this on here, or I could use my ruler, or I could just leave it laying there, whatever you want to do, but I only need to cut across here for right now. Then what I want to do is take my cardboard, I want to stick it in between on the fold to make sure it's in there, okay? But then I want to take another piece of heating bond. Let me see, I have a piece over here I think already cut. Let me see. Yeah, I have some scraps over here. And that should be big enough. Yeah. I'm just going to cut this little piece off here. And then I'm going to get my ironing board again. And this time I'm going to lay this over the heating bond. And we're going to iron the heating bond to this piece of fabric. Once again, we're going to let it cool a little bit, and then we're going to peel the back off. Okay, and when we peel the back off of the heating bond, you'll feel it if it's on there. That's why it's not ready yet. Move it off a little bit, and let's peel away the back paper. This heating bond doesn't want to cooperate, but we're going to get it on there. Let's go ahead and, you know, if you don't see it stuck onto the adhesive of the heating bond stuck onto the back of your fabric, just keep ironing it again. Cool it a little bit. And then peel. There we go. So once again, let's just pull it like this. Okay, and what just happened is, this is the back paper, no more sticky left on it. The sticky is on the back of the fabric now. Then we're going to take our little cardboard, and we're going to just lay it here, leave a little bit on each edge. That'll be fine. Sandwich it between here. Make sure the cardboard is up against the fold, and go ahead and iron this onto the cardboard. And it'll iron right onto the cardboard, trust me. Okay, now that's on the cardboard. So now what we want to do is we're going to cut this again. And I just want to make sure I'm cutting where I feel the cardboard. At this point, it really doesn't matter. You can just cut as much as you want off, leave as much as you want on. But you just don't want those little raw edges everywhere. So I'm just cutting it. Cutting this stuff off. And the folded side, you don't even have to cut. Okay, you can just leave it as is. Okay, so now you have your little mat here. And what you want to do is take your Velcro, and the sticky side of your Velcro, okay, this is going to be the top of mine. I'm going to just adhere one of those dots. This is adhesive Velcro, okay? And then I'm going to grab a pin, and the other side of the Velcro, which is the little fuzzy fuzzy side, I can stick to the back of my pen and around there like so. And then my pen will stick onto here. And then you could take two-sided or double-sided tape and put on the back of here and hook to here. Right now I'm just going to take this side off because there is some sticky part there. And now we have that little pen and paper set. So now what you have here is you have your mouse pad, you have your little stationery, and you have your two coasters. Okay? So that's for your mouse pad, your coaster, and you'll always have pen and paper ready for your notes. So that's how you do your mouse pad set. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell so that you know when I post another video tutorial. Thanks for joining Juanita the Sewista in the mouse pad set. And you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.